Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. We are continuing with Iron Nest Heavy Turret Simulator. We are going to the Iron Road. I will warn, I have played a little ahead, but you know, these are really redoable missions. We're going to try to get all the medals. So a Valet de Mula sits astride the supply corridor. High Command intends to sever ahead of the coming advance. The garrison there is expecting reinforcements by rail. So we are going to go after a train. So let's head on up and see what our mission orders are. And hopefully the levels are fine. Alright, so. Alright, Allied forces advancing on Valle de Mula. The town controls the primary supply corridor through La Mancha. Its capture is required to sustain the offensive. An enemy troop train is inbound along the corridor, reinforcing the garrison ahead of the advance. The train will reach Val de Mula main station at approximately 10:16, so it's 10 o'clock right now. Intercept before the arrival. Check the secondary turret. So, okay, let's go ahead and we'll take our Iron Nest coordinates. Alright, so arrival station, the main station is J604, and then estimated arrival there at 10:16. The rail lane runs straight bearing east from the station. Let's go ahead and just grab these waypoints. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the map here. So our Iron Nest is at B378. And it's also worth noting that these missions, from what I've seen, they do have variations on the map. So you know, every mission plays a little differently, even though it's the same sort of you know, the same objectives. Okay, so the main station is J604. So right here, where this line is already placed for us. So the train's gonna be leaving here at 10:06. Oh, sorry. Was it leaving? So the estimated arrival was 10:16, but it's leaving. Okay, so it's actually the train will reach Valdemula at 10:16, so which is over here. All right. So the waypoints though are, as you can see, 2, 4, and 6 kilometers, and we can see how long. So 2 kilometers from the station. So let's see, can we get them at the very first waypoint while I'm chatting away? So they're meant to arrive at 10:06. That's actually gonna be quite tight. Let's go for them at 10:10. So that's gonna be 4 kilometers from this station. So right there, 4 kilometers. All right. So that's what we want to target. So let's go ahead and plot a right there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get a calculation on that. So it's going to be 3 powder kegs because it's about 5 per, and then 1159 kilometers, 77 bearing. Now, I've discovered that you don't actually need to use this calculator. There is a relatively simple calculation, but it's just handy to have as a note form, right? We need 3 shells, and this is the setup. Let's go ahead and get ourselves aligned. Oh, let's not fall down here. So we need to get to 77. And then I think what we're going to want to do is a big old high explosive to get as much damage on the train as possible. 77 bearing, overshot, 77 exactly, and then yeah. So let's do a super high explosive. Did we get access to that? Yeah. So you see, I've been given. It gives you access to all the things you earned in later missions, which is a bit annoying because I'd like to see it sort of with what you were given prior to that. I'm gonna assume. I think we earned that last time. Might be wrong. That's fine. Okay, so this is basically a high damage area shell, so it's going to do this much damage, which is pretty cool. We want to like blow up as much as we can. Now, I actually feel like if we go for a little earlier, we're going to get like the whole train there, right? Like, so the idea is that the front of the train will be there when we hit. So let's make sure. So 10:10. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this loaded up. It's going to be 3 kegs. Load that, and that'll allow us to actually set the the angle. Yeah, and I mean, I don't think we have anything else in terms of like, there's nothing to load, so we don't really know. Train confirmed entering code of 5 cards, locomotive leads, troop carriers to the rear. So yeah, so I mean, it's going to blow the whole thing. So we want to be at 46:36, and then the only question is like the timing that we want to figure out. So actually, what we can see on the stopwatch in the bottom right here is how long, based on the angle we have, the countdown back. So 46.36. All right, there's our angle. So we've got our angle and bearing, and it looks like it's going to take, just about 30 seconds and a half, 30 seconds. So it's a 30-second travel time. So knowing that we want that the train is going to be at waypoint B at 10:10:10, we want to basically launch it at 10:09:40, right? So we do actually have to wait 3 minutes here, I think. That's what we're going to be doing. And I guess we can just sort of verify our coordinates again, coming out of our thing. Yeah, I think this is right. And this can do the damage to this area. And like I said, I want to kind of get to the back as much as possible. Okay, now we are getting some new info. Locomotive just crossed waypoint A, P604. So, it just crossed. Oh, so maybe I did do this wrong. P604, it just crossed this direction. So it's actually coming this way. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. So waypoint 8, 6 kilometers. No, okay. I think we're right. I think we're right, because that should be 6 kilometers. And there you go. It is, right? So yeah. So 4 kilometers from this, the destination should be spot on. Okay. So we are waiting for this clock to get to 10:09:40. I mean, there's a fractional second there, but I'm not too worried about that. Is there anything else we could be doing? I don't think so. We'll get more instructions. Despite the fact I played further forward, I don't remember. There's quite a lot of missions, so yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's really nothing to be done there. Okay, so let's just get on our console here. So, all right. I mean, 46:36, 77 bearing, the HCHE. Yeah, we're just gonna pull this at 10:09 and 40 seconds. So we're literally coming up to the 60-second countdown here, which I realize is riveting. What else can I tell you while we wait? What have I learned? What have I learned? We could definitely look through some of these other requisition things. There's definitely a lot of additional options here, including the ability to move our iron nest freely. So there's one that's kind of like an emergency scramble, and then there's one that's move it, with an actual bearing and distance. But yeah, I haven't actually found a mission that has had a use for that, however. So there is that. There have been other missions with moving targets, missions where you've got to flush out infantry, which is pretty cool. All right, we are coming up. 15 seconds, T-minus 15 seconds. Let's do a countdown, a dramatic countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. All right. Very cool. And yeah, the visceral of this game is so cool. Yeah, everything's shaking. Okay, well, hopefully we are about lined up correctly. You can see there's the countdown right there on the stopwatch. So hopefully we are dead on time. So like 5 seconds to go. That will be 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Boom. Okay, so actually something I didn't think of, we're coming from this direction. So actually I really wanted to lead over here, or, you know, I really wanted to be more like that, right? Yep. Okay, already screwed up. Okay, so let's see, what has that left us with? So, well done, operator. Infantry hold position, awaiting your signal to commence the assault. 2 armored emplacements block their trajectory. Allied infantry cannot advance until they are destroyed. So we need some AP shells. And then we're going to signal the war horn when they're ready to move in. In the meantime, the actual report. So we destroyed Troop A, Car A and B, and the caboose. I think we destroyed everything, it looks like, because it wasn't it 5 cars total? So train hit, train completely destroyed. Perfect. Okay. Oh, more coming in. All right. So I think this is going to be. So we don't really need any of this anymore, I believe. So this is going to be our armored emplacements. Okay. So we don't really need that. That's fine. Okay. Pill 1 and pill 2. So I think that's all we're looking to do right now. I don't think anything else got revealed. Okay, so let's go ahead. I like to reset things there. Okay, so pillbox 1 is from spotter 1. So where are our spotters? Oh, I see. So we just were given. Okay, so we need to mark our spotters. Spotter 1, H591. H591. And then spotter 2 is H667. All right, so those are our 2 spotters. So now, bearing from spotter 1, so spotter 1, bearing 75, so it's about northeast-ish. More like, okay, so just do a long. So there's bearing 75, and then from spotter 2, we've got a distance of 185. So from spotter 2, distance of 185 kilometers. All right, so we can see that this is the intersection right here. Make a red circle for that, I guess. All right. Okay, so that should be number 1, and then pillbox 2 is 359, so due north from spotter 2. 359. And then distance of 3.26 from number 1. I figured out that the reason it can know distance instead of without a bearing is it can be an audio listener. So they're just sort of doing, like, you know, what do you call that? Like in the submarine, hydrosonic? Hydrosonic? Yeah. Obviously there's no water, but I guess they're listening. So what's the word for air listening? I don't know. Anyway, okay, so I guess that is the intersection point there. All right, so yeah, so those are our 2 marks. So they're definitely far apart. So we're going to need 2 AP. Let's go ahead and load up the AP. So we'll load 1 in the left and 1 in the right. And then we'll do a quick distance check. We are quite a way away. I'm assuming it's going to be 3 kegs again. So that one, distance 7 actually, yeah, so it'd probably only be 2 kegs necessary. And you can overdo it, and then you have a lower angle, faster speed, maybe, I think. Okay, so yeah, they're both within the 7. So we're gonna need 2 kegs, And let's just go ahead and load those up now. That, you know, that has a sort of load time. So I like to get that going because once it's loaded, you can actually set the angle. So instead of waiting around for it. Same deal here. Just like the weight of everything is so great, the vibrations. Okay, so and then we'll go ahead and do thing, you know, like again, this is purely for informational. So okay, so bearing of 77.9, so actually it's about the same bearing as we were already on apparently. 77.9 and 7.3. That's going to be shot 1. Okay, and then the next one is 52.4 at 7.41. Okay, both on 2 kegs. All right, and then that's it. So we just need to pick our first one. So we're already at 77. Let's just do that one first. So, 77.9. All right. So 77.9, and then that one's going to be at 43.80. The other ones we're going to bring on up to 44. So 43.80. And then the next one we'll get to once that'll, you know, we'll have to change the bearing. Yeah, but in the meantime we can fire left. So verify again, 43.80, 77.9, yeah. Firing AP left, fire. All right, and then our other one, and you know, and then we can like check this off. And then our other one is 52.4. So we'll just go ahead and yank that back. All right, 52.4, and then this needs to be about 44.46. All right, 44.46, 52.4, AP loaded, fire. All right. So this one we can see we got a kill, and actually we can also see there's more. There's a high value target over there, a mechanized something, and then a bunch of infantry with our front there. And then we'll let this other one land, hopefully dead to rights. Boom. That's also been killed. Okay, so now I think we just sound the horn. Yeah, let's do it. Now our infantry is going to move along, and we can get field reports. So yeah, pillbox 1 and 2 destroyed. Commencing the assault. Approach successfully cleared. Ally infantry advancing on Valdemura. Primary objective complete. You may stand down, but we're going to try to keep going with the secondary. Remaining enemy elements in the town are no longer required target. Continue fire support is authorized at discretion. Okay, so I guess we can just sort of look at. Oh, so I thought our infantry would actually sort of, you know, take them out, but looks like they're not. And I actually don't see any other infantry here. So I guess we can just kind of help them out. And yeah, I mean, now it's sort of like, yeah, I think let's just keep doing like these big shells. I think they are more expensive. I want to try to get the sort of minimum requisition. I'm not really sure how exactly do that. I would say I think with 2 shells we can get these 2, those 2 and those 2, and then we'll just do a single over there and assume. So let's go ahead and we'll set up one here. Okay, so yeah, like that should get those 2. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and do another one here. Could probably get away. I don't want to hit. You gotta be very careful about hitting our own guys. Can we do it with the smaller one? I don't think we have enough. Yeah, see. I mean, I just don't know if that hits them. I don't know if you have to get to the center of them or not. So let's just go ahead with the bigger one and try to be careful. This looks pretty clear of enemies, so we'll do that. Okay. And bring that in on the dot right there. Okay. And then finally we've got this, we're going to do a smaller target, a cheaper one there. Like just a regular HE shell. We could even do the LE shell is even cheaper and it's a small radius. Let's do that one. Alright, so we're going to load up the LE shell and then we're going to load up 2 of these, right? Did I? Can't remember if it's the magazine. It's empty on this side, empty on this side. So yeah, so we need 1 in each. Okay, so 1 shell on the left, 1 shell on the right. Okay, and we've got our LE as well. So, and these are both in the 2 powder keg. This one, I'm going to assume, might need the 3rd powder keg. No, I can do 2 powder kegs as well. Okay, so everything's 2 powder kegs. So let's just do the HEs first. So 2 kegs. Oh, and we're going to need more powder. So we're out of powder. But that's really cheap. And hopefully it doesn't go towards the minimum problem. So we'll do another HE there. And actually we're 1 shy. See, this is the thing, like, we're supposed to be able to do it without recharging the powder. But I don't really see... So can't do it with a 1. So yeah, so we'll redo the powder. It's only a 5 rec, but... that gets us 20 more. So, okay, so that'll load them up. So let's go ahead and get the calculations. Wait, interruption. Okay, so... alright, 8.4. 8.49, everything's a 2. Again, doesn't matter, but go ahead and set the thing. So 80 bearing, 0.6. Okay, and then we want 7.63, 73.3. And then the smaller one, which is really an LE, is 96H. $78.5. Alright. Okay, so yeah, we're just lining up. So same deal. So let's just go ahead. I'll do the left and right. So this one's going to be 45.78. And then this one's going to be 59.4. All right. Hopefully that's right. 86 and 73. Those are the first 2 that I drew. Okay. And then let's just do the first bearing of, we'll go with the 73, I guess. $73.3. Okay, so 73.34578. That will be one of our HEs. Fire. And then let's go ahead and line up for 80.6. And that's going to be our 50.94 fire. And then we're going to need to reload. So let's go ahead and just set our bearing back to 78.5 for our third shot. And we'll probably put that in the left, although I bought it in the right, didn't I? Where did I buy it? The left, because that's the one that's going to reset quicker. Yes, it's already reset. So we'll send the LE in. That needs 2 kegs. Which unfortunately, literally, if this is the last thing we need to do, we're like 1 keg shy of not needing to buy any. Little leak. Okay, so yeah, and now we've already lined up. We just want to get this to 5808. Let's see, what have you got to say? Yeah, we got mechanized infantry, infantry 2. So we got all of our targets there. Oh, there is another target right there. All right, well, might as well set up for that as well. And I think same deal. Let's do we'll do a LE on that one. So the LE is, you know, see this small aperture. So I mean, yeah, you don't need to do it. It's just a small one. So we'll go for a very direct shot on that one. So that's going to be 7.6 and 66.8. Okay. And yeah, I guess we need to reload. We'll load up one more LE. Throw that in the right magazine. Okay. Load him up with 2 kegs. Whoa. Calm down. Everything's blowing up. Okay. And then, so we want you at 45.6, right? This is LE. Yeah. Oh, no, actually, whoa. So yeah, this is where we need to be careful. Okay, so 78.5 is the lineup, so we want 58 one. This is 45 now. They're both LEs, so it doesn't matter. Okay, 58.08. So 5808, 78.5. Yeah, that's the left gun. And then let's line up to 66.8 bearing. And then this needs to be 45.6. Okay, so 45.6 on the right, 66.8. Fire. All right, so that should be it. Looks like we did get another hit. We can kind of clear all the things off. Just looking for any non-dead. So we're coming up to this guy. And we fired both of these. Whoops. So you can actually like kind of put them next to the, you know, and there he goes. All right, did that finish it off is the question. Destroyed. So there's no, so unless, you know, you have to get more aerial photographs, but you know, this red area should be the whole town. Oh, there's another one. Okay. What is a star? It's not listed here. It's not an underground, so that's probably just another LE. But yeah, let's just keep going. So I don't think there's any way. I don't really understand how you're supposed to know. Okay. Well, let's see if that's the one that does it. But we are going to need another LE. Buy one. And we don't need any of these anymore. So I just lined up that one. Look at that, 10. It's like right on the cusp. Let's go ahead and just do 3, just to, instead of like a massive angled one. 70.7. Whoa, it's very sensitive. 70.7, 99.9. There's a 3 kegger. This one really likes to come loose. Okay, so we've got our LE. 3 kegs this time. We paid for 20, might as well. Load him up. And then, yeah, we need to get to 70 bearing. 70.7. And then now we're going to be loading the right at 39.96, so a pretty low angle because, you know, we've got three kegs in it to go really on the outer bound. And yeah, so like basically it's funny, like when you do make a shot on something, it will sometimes take new photographs. Or maybe that's always been there and only just spotted it. I don't know. Okay, so 39.96. All right, 39.96, 77. Right gun, LE. Blew this one out. All right. Is that gonna clear the scene? What did our boys do? I don't know if they moved in and killed anything. Nothing new showed up. Alright, priority target. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So I guess we'll just call it there. You know, other than just, you know, randomly flying in some recon, like one of the things you can do is, one of the other things I got a hold of was local observation, so I could name a kind of grid and get local. It only costs 1, so it's like, it could be worth it. Let's do, forward observer. Literally 1. So, what did I say? Like right here, maybe J7. Whoa. You know, voice activation would be amazing in this. So, I mean, although, you know, then you lose the sort of tactile piece, but yeah. So you basically get a report. So eyes on FO1, 236 bearing from J43. So J7, 43, 236 bearing. So he's saying he sees something, but eyes on FO1. I mean, you know, like that guy died, you know, he's right in his light. There's a number 4. He's claiming he can see him, maybe. FO, I'm not sure what FO stands for. Otherwise, he's saying that there could be more enemies right here. I mean, I could fire a starburst. But I don't think anything's been behind our enemy lines, so Yeah, I think I'm just going to end it. I don't think it tells you when there's no one left. I don't know. Maybe it does. We'll find out. The bed is green. I've sometimes seen it be red, so I feel like that could be the... But it could also mean that the main mission's done. Alright, Rebel Relief derailed. His Majesty the King congratulated the General and the Army on their continued transportation reforms, describing them as an investment in a brighter future for all loyal Castilians, present and future. Yeah, so not good medals at all. So that's a bronze, silver, silver. So sustained consecutive kills across successive fire missions. I thought, did we ever make a fire mission that didn't kill someone? I mean, we got 100% accuracy. 8 fired, 14 killed. Didn't kill any of our own guys. We spent 104. So you can see. Oh, this one doesn't care whether you have... there's no minimum to spend. Destroyed a significant number of targets without requisitioning aerial reconnaissance. Did I requisition aerial reconnaissance? I don't feel like I did. Unless it counts the... maybe it counts the forward observations as one, I suppose. Achieved a high kills per shot ratio. So yeah, I mean, it's only so much we did. 1.75. Maybe we could have done better. Seems very random, like you just don't know. Can you replay? Oh, that's fun. You can replay like how many shots we took and all that. I mean, the air reconnaissance is automated whenever you fire anything, so I don't know. Alright, well, anyway, that is what we got. And yeah, you can see here, that's the position of our thing, emergency move, and then a smoke shell. So this is what we'd need for the next mission, but, you know, we already have. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Yeah, it'd be nicer to have more golds, but it's a tough one to get, and especially when it doesn't tell you exactly what you're aiming for. Alright, see you guys next time.